Hey everyone, welcome back to Pureology. This is Puri. Thanks for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to show you why I generally don't buy into negative hype surrounding new GPU releases. You know, it's a proven fact that negative emotion drives more views than positive views, so I don't blame tech tubers for focusing on negative aspects of hardware releases. That being said, I'm personally not driven by negative emotion. I'd rather find info and data rather than being scared of something happening or complaining about something. For me, I think information is power, and a lot of times these tech tubers are relying on fear-based tactics to get these views, which I don't blame them for. The game is to get views, but I'd rather focus my stuff on straight data and information. Okay, so I'll present it as is, and you can make your own conclusions. So the trend right now is to complain about new GPUs coming in with 8GB of VRAM at the entry level, and complaining that it's not enough for modern games. Now, most games are going to have a high or ultra setting that does require more than 8GB of VRAM to play in native 1440 and maybe even 1080 sometimes, depending on the types of graphics in the game. But for the most part, most games have FSR now, and if it's an NVIDIA game, then DLSS will probably be enabled for it as well. So what I did was load up my 6600XT, which is a couple years old. It has 8 gigs of VRAM. It's slower than some of these newer models with 8 gigs. And as you can see, I'm running pretty decent settings here. I'm in 1440, and I'm above 144 FPS in tarkov. Now, tarkov is a CPU intensive game, so it's not as hard on the GPU. But this is a modern game. It's one that a lot of people play. It's very popular. One of the most streamed games on Twitch and whatever, YouTube Live and things like that. So all I'm saying is don't always buy into that negative hype. Those headlines probably speak out louder than a positive headline would. But my thing is get the info first, because people were saying the same things about the 60 series before, and now if you look up the 60 series of last generation, they're calling them good deals. So the same thing's going to happen with these. That's just the cycle that happens. They're overpriced right now because they want to get rid of the existing stock. When that happens, these are going to drop prices, and then they'll fall into what they should be for pricing. Until then, people won't buy them, and people like myself will benchmark them and show you how they perform, and then over time they will settle into the right prices, just like these 6600 XTs have. I bought this originally at $500 during the pandemic. Of course, people were complaining about it, but now it's a good deal. So as I was making this video, those were the 2 points that I wanted to get across. FSR and DLSS have advanced a long way, and these lower power cards are capable of doing a lot more than they originally could actually. For me, the giant trade-off in performance versus the minimal visual loss in quality is definitely worth it. There are a lot of people that argue that 1440 native or 4K native is the only way to do it. It's kind of like using a fine tip pencil to draw 1,000 blades of grass rather than letting an artist use a brush. If I looked closely between the two, maybe there'd be a small difference, but I'm really not paying attention to the grass. I'm paying attention to things in the forefront of the image, and everything is crystal clear in terms of the main image. So, like I said earlier, for me, the trade-off is worth it. There are visual purists who say that they will never use upscaling, but I mean, the technology has gotten so good. I think that argument is becoming moot. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope this video was informative or helpful to you. I'm gonna go ahead and let this footage just roll here now. As always, thanks for spending some time here. Have a great day.
Зачем, блядь, чё?
На, блядь, не отжри, сука!
Сдохни на, тварь! А, вот тут, короче, друган мой бывал точно.